El Juanpi, ¿qué dice Juanpi? El crack, ¿cómo estamos, bro? Bro, ahora corté directo. Hasta me dejé ganar un partido porque me llamaron de de la cita que tengo de la licencia de conducir, bro, y me tocó ir. Sí, bro. Yo lo perdí, lo dejé ahí jugando y cuando vine me ya parecía expulsado del partido. Vamos a ver qué dice, cómo está el gameplay ahorita.
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Such scenes here, a sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And it's Baggio. Romario! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him. Cruyff. Back into the middle. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And he cuts out the supply. Romario. Vieira. And here's Romario. Maldini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and...
He's given it away! That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, good ball. Romario. And it's Bale.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Passing is crisp and sharp.
Pretty robust defending.
Neither side yet able to find the net. Davids kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And the shot!
Mira eso.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And that has left him in a heap. And here's Baggio. Oh, he's been caught and he's following up. He's scored.
Roben el agua, roben el agua.
All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it.
Nos tomamos el agua del portero.
There was to be only one outcome.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
He is just caressing the ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's got the shot away! And
Oh
somehow
my
he stayed out.
God.
That's really well manoeuvred. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That
No.
was a tracking ball. Great hit! It's in!
Alonso, ¿qué dice Alonso? ¿Cómo estamos, crack?
It's in front!
The understanding between those two plays a big part in that, and releasing the run on side proved the key ingredient.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. And here's Drogba.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
De ahí, este low toda la gana.
Still behind. Can they make something happen now?
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
It's Drogba!
El
That's what you
Can.
call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Ah, qué bueno, bro.
Our very first corner. The chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. It's their second corner of the game. Nice interception, well timed. Danger averted for now.
Oye,
And now a
Oye.
chance to counter.
oye.
Law face to face with the keeper and the finish.
¿Eh? ¿Qué me está pasando con su espacio, bro?
No one has hit them. All over in seconds. That's what they can do to you.
That's just brilliant counter-attacking
Esos
football.
espacios que
And
estoy
as
dejando
soon as
están
possession
muy
was theirs, it
feos.
triggered a move of devastating speed that was just too hot to handle.
Well, that has changed the
Mira,
dynamic somewhat.
es que me está traspasando.
An absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
No.
That's positional gold, the utilization of space.
Schmeichel
Sí,
safely.
pero los defensas no hacen nada.
Chance here to counter. And the first 45 minutes are up.
Ya lo vamos a empatar. Ya lo vamos a empatar. Vamos a sacar Romario. Apenas he jugado como 4 partidos, bro.
Substitution on the field. Number 25, Romario.
And we're off.
Estoy en tercera.
Is
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting
Pero es que
back
no
into
hacen
the
nada los jugadores,
step
bro.
up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial.
Cannavaro.
Mira. Mira.
Back in.
Todos pases fenomenales, ¿ves?
Nice and neat. Roberto Baggio. Davids looking to get on the end of this. Roberto Baggio.
Oh, y se la quedó ahí.
Ernest.
Que men...
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah,
No, esto no me está gustando, cómo dejaron este juego ya.
There's the hit. Roberto Baggio. Drogba. Bale. Rummenigge. Oh, super find. It's Drogba. Drogba!
No, es que la sal me anda acompañando en todos lados.
Defense look beaten there.
Esto no me está gustando para nada ya.
It's Bale. Bale. That's very neat. Bale puts them all in. He's there and gets it away.
Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those raking passes just to spread the play.
Cannavaro defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he was quick to react.
Mira que le pegan a los jugadores, a él.
Read that really well and stopped it.
It's an inviting looking ball that. Maldini cuts it out. And it's Beckham. Oh, perfectly measured that. Beckham.
Vamos, hombre.
Guilty look after that.
Esto ya me está enojando esta vaina.
Reach its target.
Mira, todo a él, todo a él.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Aim forwards.
No se acercan los jugadores.
Rummenigge.
Fuck, man.
Pull it. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
Esto no me está gustando para nada.
Substitution on the field. Number 19, Johan Cruyff.
Van Dalton.
Number 26.
That's going right the way across.
Coming on
Time.
the field.
Excellent interception.
Number 20, Messi.
Well played. That
Number
has
13,
snuffed out the danger.
Platini.
Well, that is one
Vamos, den la
way to
fucking bola.
looking for the runner. So much time and space. Now the finish.
Joder, qué mentira esta mierda, loco.
And the lead is extended still further. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and
Todos los jugadores le pegó a él, todos los pases le pegó a él. Mira.
The manager called on him. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Now he's off and running.
No componen ni descomponen, en vez de componer, descomponen.
Chance here. He's had a hit.
Lagazos por todos lados.
Tries to get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Platini goes steaming forward. He's played him through.
Fuck. Mira. Los pases me pasan por los...
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Por los pies, loco. Por los pies pasan los pases.
There's the shot. Yeah. And here's the chance to counter. Messi, Cannavaro demonstrating his defensive quality there.
No gano un partido con esto. No gano un partido así como...
Burst through. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
No,
He is offering some sort of an apology there.
no gano uno, no gano uno. Mira.
Back into the middle. Oh, it's come loose. And he's looking at the referee, and the referee is shaking his head. They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, what has happened here?
There will be 1 minute added
1
time.
minute to add, according to the board. And the referee brings
Fuck.
Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times.
Lo que voy a hacer es poner 2 cazagoles rápido.
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena. Absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. And already we're underway here. Vieira. Upamecano calmly anticipates. Not the most accurate pass. Zaire Emery. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more. Yeah, we shapes to shoot! And we have our very first corner. And Dyke can get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, and he's through the middle. Now it's Foden. Davids. Maradona. And the counter is on. Upamecano kept his eye on it, and he's there. Passing is crisp and sharp. He can run onto that. Rijkaard making good progress on the right-hand side. Roberto Baggio. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he cuts out the supply. Roberto Baggio. Now there's a fine ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, Red, nice interception. So it is still 0-0. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. He's one-on-one. Has a goal. And it's a goal. The breakthrough.
Pura suerte, che, ese gol.
Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip. Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
And that is expertly dealt with. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. He's shifting through the gears here. He's going for goal. Corner number 2 then. And it's hoisted clear. Colombia have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Mbappe. Araujo, a player who needs no introduction. That's a nicely measured pass. Rijkaard. Rummenigge, and he's lost his man, Shevchenko.
No te caigas, Shevchenko.
An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him. And he was quick to react. Pedri. And it's Messi. Colombia have it back and can go again.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Fuck.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Messi. Laid out to the left flank. And they win it back again.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Roberto Baggio. Foden. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And here's Shevchenko. Van Dijk. Now Foden.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
No, he wasn't going to be fooled. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Maradona going full steam down the flank. Roberto Baggio! A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just one goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides,
And now,
but at half-time, it is 1-0.
members who are celebrating their
Goes back on the
birthdays
first
today.
45 minutes.
A lead that's fully justified for me. They've shown some excellent counter-attacking now, and it's paying dividends.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Oh, nice touch. He is through here. Deflected behind for a corner kick. So, third corner of the game. Alexander-Arnold is there, and he can get that clear. Foden puts his foot on the gas. Well, that's beautifully weighted.
Estoy en cuarta, bro.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a
Cuarta
momentary lapse and slipped
división.
into tunnel vision because he had good to get his head up.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were
Qué bonito.
Goal! Two up and threatening to pull clear.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
So that's two now without reply.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Y es que todos ponen buenos
Slightly
pases
undercut
filtrados.
that one.
Look, the game is
Hasta
full
los,
of
hasta los
ifs
que no
and
tienen
buts.
pases.
If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
The attendance for this
Oh, it's a nice
match was
idea, but the
70,987.
execution was lacking. That's been cut out. Well played. Colombia are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape. Certainly when
Estoy
defending,
abusando del triángulo.
because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Vamos a probar esta dupla ahora. Que no tiene buenos jugadores, bro.
Substitution on the field. Number 6, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
Amrabat
Number
wins the duel this
23,
time.
Shevchenko. Coming on the field, number 8, Suarez.
Now it's Owen.
Number 18, Owen. Substitution in progress.
Gordon. Some resolute defending there. And Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning.
And Owen!
What the fuck, qué tapadón.
A terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
So their fourth corner of the game. It's gone for a throw-in. Now it's Rijkaard. Punched away. And here's Baggio. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Oh, such a clever touch. Now the finish!
did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
They're up to 5 corners now. Gets his pass away. Colombia are looking to go forward now. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Palmer. He's got away.
Palmer.
No way through, so back it comes. Valverde! And somehow he managed to miss it.
It's a good display of fighting spirit for me.
Alexander-Arnold goes short. And now a sudden chance to counter. This ended up in no man's land. Oh, good ball! There's the shot! And he hits the net! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
This is threatening to become Owen. Gets through on his... and the finish!
Este Donnarumma tapa más que el portero.
Yeah, he knew only too well that to concede then would have been tough to recover from. That could prove a big moment in this game.
Corner count is rising. That's 6.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
And the real chance! And it's in! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive strike!
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That from
Owen! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Hernandez. Amrabat. Hernandez. That is a great pick out. Big chance! He's got a goal! With so little time left, grandstand finish!
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
There will be 5
Colombia
minutes
give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
Palmer. That's an excellent interception. Amrabat. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's had it nicked away. Amrabat. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us. Well, games at this level don't come too much bigger than this one. 90 minutes to decide whether they can take the big step up. The manager has challenged his players to deliver a statement, a warning shot to prospective opponents for next season. This is it. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And here's Sané. Nice sequence of passes, this. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro.
Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but his winning mentality and cool temperament are all part of a first...
Great chance! Lam. And Shevchenko. And it's Cruyff. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And it's Lam. Lam carries the ball down the right. He's had it taken off him. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence. And the shot! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Zakaria, and that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Cristiano Ronaldo! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
Been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and looked the more likely to register first.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Maldini. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Fiddles it through. He's through here. Chance! Breakthrough. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Shevchenko demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Kimmich. Gilberto Silva. The pressing's intense and it's paid off.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Sané. Kimmich, very much a man of this moment. Kimmich. And it's Neymar. It's Cruyff. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Vince. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Half an hour played now. That's a nicely measured pass. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Khan trying to keep this in. Neymar. Rummenigge is onto it in a flash. That's been cut out, well played. And here's Messi. Sané. Fiat! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cruyff touches it back. Messi.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Shapes to shoot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. Gilberto Fiat! He was certain to score. It is an inexplicable miss.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
Lam changes him with that pass. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Neymar.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Now that's a lovely exchange. And he's taking no chances now. Cristiano Ronaldo going about things with real menace. That's a shade optimistic. And the whistle goes for half-time. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break. 1-0.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I could see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Gilberto Silva. Rummenigge. It's a good ball out wide. Lam. He's going to have to tune his rangefinder before the next one. And he's had it nicked away. Looking for options for movement.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Tries a shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Sané. Nice ball and Fiat! Lingered over it, and the chance to counter had gone.
Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive.
That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Lam. Oh, he's put a shade too much on that. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
In he goes again! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, one sloppy lapse like that can do a lot of damage, and it was triggered by the closing down.
Climbs up big! And now they can spring out of defence. 60 minutes played. That is good alertness. Kimmich. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Now it's Kimmich. Rummenigge. Well timed, excellent interception. That looks a good ball through. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Oh, and he's through the middle. And Shevchenko! Goal! A two-goal cushion, and it's looking safe.
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Oh no, what has happened here? Shevchenko, and the shot! Zakaria. Look at the space here. now he's off and running. And it's Messi. And here's Wirtz. Well, that's beautifully weighted. There's the shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
Gilberto Silva, whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now that's well seen too. That has ended up in no man's land. Just eases him off the ball. And he cuts out the supply. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Neymar. Cruyff. That has been cut short. Good spot, he's seen the run. Great ball. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Sané. Lam. It's Kimmich. This is promising. A team on the brink of a party little more than an hour ago, but now problems.
Well, they played a little within themselves, a little too tentative perhaps. They have to show their character from here.
Wirtz is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
That has not gone well. And it's Neymar. Tomiyasu defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Lam, and that is expertly dealt with. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Now it's Messi.
There will be 1 minute added
Pitches
time.
it off him. There'll be a minute of stoppage time, and that's gone loose. Neymar. And that is it, the referee. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by...